To me, the hardest part about teaching isn't actually the teaching itself, rather the time management involved in teaching. I've said this before, but teaching is one of the only jobs that we don't actually get to do work at work. We're busy teaching, we're busy providing our lessons, and we don't get to do all the other stuff during the day. It can be very difficult and it can be very easy to get overwhelmed by all the little things. So in today's teaching tip video, I just want to share with you a quick time hack that I've found, and honestly I need to use a lot more of. I call it the 5-minute rule. So here's how it works. In a given week, you're gonna have a lot thrown at you. A lot of little things that need done. Oh, I need you to sign these papers. I need you to email me this thing. I need you to print this off and sign it. I need you to update the records for these 2 students. I need your lesson plans. I need you to update that thing. I need you to pick 2 students for that award ceremony. All these little tiny things that happen in a given week. I need you to make that phone call to that parent, or whatever the case may be. I don't know about you, but for me, if I'm in the heat of the day and I get an email or something thrown at me, I just I say, all right, I'll take care of it later. And you say, I'll take care of it later enough times, and later becomes never, and then all of a sudden you're sitting there with a to-do pile this thick, and now you're overwhelmed. That happens to me too often. 5-minute rule is very simple. It's this. If I'm given a new task or something that I'm asked to do, or I have something that needs done, and if it can be done in under 5 minutes, I try my very best to do it right now. If I've got the 5 minutes right now, I'm just gonna knock it out, whatever that is. If it's 12:15 and I gotta pick up my kids from gym at 12:20, if I can get that 5-minute thing in, I'm gonna knock it out right now. And so the reason why is because all those little 5-minute things can add up to, if you get 15 5-minute things, well, there you go. Now it's incredibly overwhelming. But if it's just something real quick, I can knock it out. But here's the caveat. In order to be in that mindset, in that space, to be able to knock out a 5-minute thing, everything else has to be in order. So that means copies have to have been made. I have to have my lessons obviously planned ahead of time. I have to feel balanced and at peace with everything else before I can use the 5-minute rule. So the 5-minute rule is great, but it only works when you have everything else balanced as well. So my tip for that is, this is something that I do not every week, but more weeks than not, is I'll pick one day, typically Wednesdays or Thursdays, and I'll stay just a little bit later. Usually I leave anywhere between 3:15 and 3:30. One day a week I'll stay till 3:45 or sometimes 4. Not every week, but just every once in a while. And I'll use that time to purposefully catch up on all those 5-minute things that I didn't do, or if I had a couple 10-minute or a couple 15-minute things, or if my classroom is not clean, I need to clean it real quick, or run those extra copies real fast. So that way I am at balance the next day when I come in, and it sort of resets me. Teaching is not an easy profession, but it can be much easier if we are managing our time well. And like I said, I need to do this more often because right now I'm sitting on a to-do pile this big, so I'm gonna take my own advice and try to do that more this week. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with a teacher friend that needs to hear this message or this might help, and don't forget to subscribe. Make it a great day, teachers, and see you next time.